What's up, nerds? We got sort of the mother load. We got our first community article today with Cities of Sigmar stuff. I'm super excited. We have a ton of new information to talk about. And rather than just sitting here and reading the article to you, I'm going to hit the high points and see if we can read between the lines a little bit. See what else all of this means. So, in addition to the article that we got today, there was also an image that popped up on the Facebook page of part of the allegiance abilities for Anvil Guard. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well, because I think that's signaling what some of this is all going to look like. So, got a lot to talk about. I got my adult beverage. Help get me through this. So buckle up, bitches. There's a lot of stuff here. This shit is getting real. So, Anvil Guard. What do we get in Anvil Guard? We get some illicit dealings. Now, this appears, to my uneducated eyes, that perhaps each of these cities is going to have this illicit dealings ability, that there's going to be a set of things that you can choose from in each city. That piece, speculation, unconfirmed, but that's what this looks like. Ability the first, well, we have 3 different abilities you can choose from. First ability, getting an extra artifact. Just, hey, allegiance ability for this city is you get an extra artifact. Hello? You have my attention. Okay. Next one is Dabblings in Sorcery. Gives you an extra Drakeblood curse from the Drakeblood curse table for your dragons, Charybdis, or Hydra. I assume that's some sort of thing like the mount traits, something like that. That's what that sounds like. Or your third option is to just get an extra D3 command points. I'm excited about this. So, ignoring the middle one, because that one, we don't really know what that potentially means yet. But you can choose from get an extra artifact or get D3 extra command points at the start of the game. And that appears to be just a piece of what this city does. Sign me up. We are ready to go here, kids. So, let's move on to the faction focus article. And as I said, I don't want to read everything here. I could just read the article to you. I will link it down below, and I swear to God I'll actually remember to do that this time. I'm recording this on my phone so that I can look at this on my laptop and talk to you guys about it at the same time. So I'm going to be doing my best Haywo impression and be looking slightly off to the side while I'm talking to all of you while I'm reading something else. But anyway, the first section they're talking about the units that are available. They confirmed what we kind of already suspected about what factions are going to be included in the book. So, as they recommend, deep breaths. Free Guild, Ironweld Arsenal, Order Serpentis, Dispossessed Wanderer, Shadowblades, Collegiate Arcane, Phoenix Temple, Devoted of Sigmar, and Darkling Covens. Note, Swift Hawk Agents, not present. All of those models discontinued. So, I think we can officially call basically High Elves in general squatted at this point. So, our suspicions appear to be confirmed. So, we have within that a whole bunch of things. We know that a lot of model sets got discontinued, so we have less than we did before. Now they go on to talk about what units are battle line. And first of all, they just give us, you know how in the top corner of your war scroll has a little picture of the unit? Well, it gives us all of those for all of our battle line choices. So, all of our possible battle line choices, there are 30 of them. 30 possible battle line choices. And it basically includes pretty much every unit that isn't a hero can somehow be battle line, including steam tanks, hydras, and Charybdis, as well as what wasn't before, demigryphs. Demigryphs were never battle line before, I don't believe. Nor were Outriders and Pistoliers. They're on this list. As far as non-Humi factions, I don't really know, but it looks like almost everything. Maybe Phoenix Guard are missing? No, that looks like Phoenix Guard. Yeah, it basically looks like everything. Very few exceptions. So I think everything without the hero keyword at some point can be battle line. The next point they make is that your battle line is very conditional. That there's tons and tons of conditional battle line in here. So specifically, they state that your general is going to dictate what your battle line choices are. Very interesting. I do like that way of setting it up so that it's like you have this like vertical synergy with the faction that you're in, and then you have like, I guess in my head it's like vertically the faction, horizontally the city that you're in. Maybe it's backwards for you, I don't really know. And of course, Stormcast Eternals can be used in all of the cities, and several of the cities will also be able to use other factions that are outside the book, specifically mentioned Caradhran Overlords in Tempest's Eye, and Sylvaneth in the Living City. Whew, that is a lot of shit already, guys, and this is like only a quarter of the way through the article. There's a lot here. So, our Shadow Blades, we get an update on what these guys do, and now they just ambush. And let me read you the exact text, because I was a little taken aback by this. Instead of setting this unit up on the battlefield, you can place it to one side and say that the unit is set up in the shadows as a reserve unit. If you do, at the end of your movement phase, doesn't say which movement phase, you can set this unit up anywhere on the battlefield, more than 9 inches from enemy units. Any reserve units in the shadows that are not set up on the battlefield before the start of the 4th battle round are destroyed. End of ability. So we got guys that can just pop up anywhere in any of your turns. Cool. I like that. We get a little detail on Pistoliers. Now, Pistoliers, when they make a charge, they fire off their pistols when they make the charge. So they can go move up, shoot you, charge you, shoot you again, then hit you in melee. And we'll see later on, if you're in the right city, then they get to hit you in melee again. This is looking pretty awesome. We also have, next up in the article, Universal Allegiance abilities. All of our heroes are going to be able to take a retinue of elite bodyguards that intercept wounds for your hero, for your general. I think this would work similar to the Skaven command trait that passes off more wounds on a 5-up that turns out like nobody actually uses, but it was part of that like unkillable warp seer combo that, thanks Tom for pointing that out, and then nobody did it, making it sound like everybody was gonna do that. That is just silly. So that's pretty cool. It's gonna be making some of our heroes more durable, which is often needed because we tend to have 5 wound guys on foot with shitty armor for most of our hero choices. So that's going to be pretty good, pretty useful. The other cool universal ability that we're getting is all endless spells that we use in the cities of Sigmar are always treated as if they are in their like native mortal realm. A lot of the endless spells get a bonus of some type if they are in their home realm. If they're in Shyish and they're, a death spell, they get some bonus. Like, some of them will deploy further out, some of them will move further, some will do more damage, on and on and on. It's always treated as if it is in the correct realm for the bonus, which is really cool. Still not even halfway there. Each of the cities is going to have a set of command abilities. So, for Hammerhall, here's what we get. At the start of your hero phase, roll a die for each friendly Hammerhall unit that includes any standard bearers. For each 6, you receive a command point. Somewhere along the line, I kind of made a called shot that Hammerhall was going to be a CP farm, and it looks like I might be right. Our next one for Hammerhall is Righteous Purpose. You can use this command ability at the end of the combat phase. If you do so, pick one friendly Hammerhall unit that is wholly within enemy territory, wholly within 12 inches of a friendly Hammerhall hero, and 3 inches from an enemy unit. That friendly unit can fight. A unit cannot benefit from this command ability more than once per phase. So, Hammerhall is getting a command ability that lets you pile in an attack an extra time. That's really good. Just ask Slanesh how good that is. It's really good. So, also, let's start reading the tea leaves a little bit. This is telling us that Hammerhall gets command ability. We saw that Anvil Guard gets illicit dealings. We see that Hammerhall also has a static command ability. And referenced in Anvil Guard, that I didn't read the exact text, but that extra artifact you get is specifically referencing an Anvil Guard artifact. So from this, we can kind of extrapolate. Our cities are going to have an ability. Our artifacts, at least, probably command traits, are going to be linked to our cities. We're going to get command abilities for each city. And we may be getting illicit dealings to choose from in each city, similar to the footnotes in the Caradron Overlords book. So, this is pretty cool. I'm really digging this so far. I was so skeptical. I don't want to say skeptical. Cautiously optimistic about this book. After everything I'm reading today, I'm just like, woo, let's bring it on, boys, because this is going to be awesome. Now, the thing they also pointed out here is, charging your big unit of Demigryph Knights and then using that command ability. Anything, now that we're thinking about this, that has a bonus on the charge gets that bonus twice if you use that command ability. That's going to shred a lot of stuff. Now, it should be noted that this is an end of combat phase ability. It's not like pile in and attack again immediately. And it also doesn't say pile in, it just says fight. So there could either be some technical wording issue where fight means pile in and attack, or that you're just not allowed to have a pile in. Either way, trying to not get too in the weeds here. Next up, we have some examples from Greywater Fastness. I'm just so excited for Greywater Fastness. So what does Greywater Fastness do? Increase the range characteristic of missile weapons used by friendly Greywater Fastness Ironweld Arsenal units by 3 inches. In addition, if you are fighting a pitched battle, you can use 1 additional Ironweld Arsenal artillery unit in your army. So we get to break match play rules, and we get to increase the range of our guns. Sweet. All right. Continuing to be excited here. And what is our command ability that we get in Greywater Fastness? You can re-roll a hit rolls of 1 for attacks made with missile weapons by friendly Greywater Fastness units while they're wholly within 12 inches of this general and more than 3 inches away from enemy units. So actually, this would be not a command ability. This would be a command trait. Either that, or it's an artifact or an ability that can only be used by the general. Nope, it's saying command trait. I apologize. Reading is good, and I really should have prepared better. I apologize. Let me drink more. That will make me better at this. So, War Scroll Battalions. Obviously, we're getting more War Scroll Battalions. They don't give us any information about what the makeup of this is, other than a picture that looks like a mixture of various different factions. I will say that. There is definitely some human stuff and some elf stuff in there, as well as some hydras in the image for the beast hunters. And our ability on this is add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made by units from this battalion that target enemy monsters. Interesting. I'm hoping that there is more to that than that one ability. Hopefully that's only a piece of the text and not the whole thing. Our other is from Phoenicium. At the start of your hero phase, you can heal 1 wound allocated to each friendly Phoenicium unit within 12 inches of any units from this battalion. Heal your monsters. Heal your phoenixes. That's pretty good. Heal your multi-wound guys. Heal your heroes. That may be a popular one. So, that's it out of the article, but man, that's a lot of stuff. They're really telling us a lot of things here. We're going to get artifacts and command traits for our cities. The cities are going to have command abilities. These cities are going to have additional abilities. The cities, it may be just Anvil Guard that has the illicit dealings, but I have a feeling it's going to be all of the cities that have illicit dealings. That's just too good of an idea to stick only on one of those. And some of these abilities that we have are really good. Like Hammerhall just looks fantastic. Getting extra command points and spending command points to get to fight more. That's really good, especially when you combine with something like Hold the Line that really gives you a lot of interesting flexibility. You can go use Hold the Line on your troops and let your opponent charge you and then you attack them twice. Hopefully, you're not too whittled down by their charge, but that's some potentially pretty high-powered stuff. Endless spells, always getting bonuses, extra range on your big guns. I mean, this is really, really cool. Shadow Warriors popping up anywhere. That kind of just makes me want to have some Shadow Warriors. And just battle lighting choices out the yin yang. And I think basically the implication here is, if you're playing, it looks like if you're basically like picking a general, you just have to get battle, like troops associated with that general to be your battle line. I think that's basically just what we're going to have here. And that sounds really cool. Like, I like that idea a lot. So it's going to encourage, but not require, like, you're going to have a city that you pick, and you're going to basically have a faction that you pick within that city to be the bulk of your troops. And then you can mix and match other things, but your battle line, at least, I think is going to, and your battle line and your general are going to have to be the same faction. So I think that's about it for now. Man, we are getting a ton of information. I'm going to keep just doing these videos as more things come out here. Honestly, I'm just super excited, and I feel like I don't really have anybody immediately around me to, like, squeal like a schoolgirl about this stuff with. So, I have friends that I can talk to via text message about this stuff, and on, my usual Wednesday night Warhammer playing, we will be giggling like schoolgirls, believe me. All of this is awesome, but for right now, my wife could not care less about this, so I am just sharing my excitement with all of you. So link will be down below to the article, as well as that image, and I'll be back with you guys again as soon as we get more information. See you all later.